Hi Capricorn, and welcome to a Case of the Ex tarot reading for November 2017. This tarot reading is intended for all of you who are missing your ex, or you're just thinking about them all of a sudden. You could still be talking to them, or maybe you guys don't talk at all. It will be different for everybody because this is a general reading, and I want to point that out just because of the topic of this video and how there's a lot of emotions still going on inside of you. If this video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit, okay? And if it doesn't resonate with you, also please don't be angry at me because it doesn't. This is a general reading for all Capricorns. I'm not looking at any one particular personal storyline. And in saying that, this will definitely resonate with some of you, but for others it won't. It's a general reading, and that's just how they work. So in saying that, Capricorn, let's see what the energy is between you and your ex during the month of November. Also, think of a number between 1, 2, or 3 and decide which you want, as I'm going to pull 3 cards at the end, all different, just to try to personalize it for you a little bit, okay? So let's see, Capricorn, what is the energy between you and your ex for November? Conflict and chaos. Wow. So many of you might still be dealing with the ex quite a bit. Maybe you're currently dealing with all the details of the breakup or a divorce. Maybe you guys aren't together, but you're still talking, and you guys just aren't seeing eye to eye. There might be a lot of fighting, especially if you guys are co-parents. So during the month of November, it looks like the energy is really shaking up, okay? And maybe a bit heavy. Or for some of you, it could be that you guys are finally coming out of this energy. Or if you're not speaking to your ex, they're not speaking to you. This might be just the way you're feeling inside about everything, just very conflicted. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot cards to look at your energy specifically, Capricorn. And I need to do that because to only look at the ex is only half of the story, and the cards really do pair up with each other. So I'm going to start with you and see how you're feeling about your ex in November. And also, if I'm like saying this is how you're feeling and you're like, no, that's not how I'm feeling, then you know that you're not resonating with this video, and it's probably not for you, which is also helpful, just considering, you know, it's about the ex. Wow. So some of you are still very attracted to your ex, quite a bit, physically, sexually, and that might be what this conflict is about. You really miss that. Also, you could be really focused on how you felt a soul connection with them. And, you know, it was just like you thought you guys were meant to be. Or, you know, since this is general, they could be telling you these things, like this is how they're feeling about you, and that might be what's causing the conflict inside of you. And then we have this Knight of Swords. So if you guys are talking to your ex, I'm getting a couple different things here. You aren't telling them how you really feel, like you're hiding that. You aren't talking about emotions or anything like that. You're only discussing what needs to be discussed, okay? Even though you have all this lover's energy. Or this is how you feel your ex is being. They're not being loving. They're only talking about the things that must be discussed, and it's, you know, not even it's not in a warm way or like a familiar way. It's just very matter of fact, very professional. It could be kind of cold and short. It's just communication without any real emotion, okay? So since this is general, this could be how you're feeling about your ex, or this could be how you are presenting yourself to them. You have all these emotions, but you're just keeping it all under wraps, okay? So let's see how your ex is feeling about you. What's going on inside of them when it comes to you? So we have the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Coins. Okay, so a couple different things with that. Some of them could definitely be in November, and you'll know this. You'll know if, because you guys will be talking. Some of them are like really wanting a reconciliation in November, okay, with that Page of Cups there and the reverse 10 of Coins. Like they miss you. You guys might even have kids together, okay? But for some of them, like they miss you, or they feel like you are trying to offer them a new beginning. Okay, some of you, this, like, you guys could have broken up because there was a cheating either on your side or their side, and that's what this conflict and chaos is about, because you both still really care for each other and want to be together, but that sits in between you, and maybe you guys fight or disagree about that. Maybe you guys were fighting and disagreeing about children or taking the relationship to the next level. There's an element there on your ex's side where maybe they wanted to take things to the next level, but you really didn't. Or you wanted to take things to the next level and they really didn't. It's really lovely energy between you guys. So I'm like, why are you broken up? For some of you, unfortunately, if you're going through a divorce, your ex could be feeling like you are taking everything from them, okay, because you guys have children. Maybe you get the house, and then, you know, they have to pay you all this child support or whatever. Some of them are definitely feeling that, but with the Lovers on your side and the Page of Cups on their side, I am inclined to say that you both still have feelings for each other if something super vicious and nasty is not currently taking place between you, okay? And I think some of you are conflicted about opening up and being honest how you're still really feeling. And that's what that energy is about right there. But if you haven't been communicating, it really looks like November you're gonna, with the Knight of Swords there and the Page of Cups. You guys could be talking, maybe your house was being sold and you guys are talking about that. So we have the Five of Cups, so here we are missing each other. And then we have guidance, which means neither side is for sure on what they want to do. Should I really end this? And then the Chariot, we have victory or moving on. So this is general. This is going to be different for all of you. And I'm not looking at any energy in October or any energy for December. This is only for November. Yeah, you both are having a hard time. You're missing each other. I think you both are seeking guidance spiritually or through friends, family, church, or religious establishments. Maybe you guys are even looking at like blogs and things online. Just, this doesn't look like a win for anybody. You both are sad equally. And so if your ex isn't sad about you, well, I can't say that because with that Knight of Swords there, nobody's really showing what's going on. But with the Chariot, there's a victory to be had here, okay? I think there will be communication, and you guys won't need to be missing each other. Yeah, just November seems like a great month for you and the ex, where there's not anything crazy, like you're not going through a crazy divorce, things didn't end because of just something horrible. It's like it just ended for normal things, you know, like maybe you guys weren't getting along, or maybe somebody wasn't appreciating each other, or maybe even somebody cheated, or maybe somebody just broke up because they thought they were bored. Like, there's so many different reasons, but the energy that is between you and the ex that I'm reading for is there's still a lot of emotion between you, and neither one of you are really showing it. So you'll know if that's your situation or not. You're very conflicted inside about what to do. You might bicker and fight with them when you communicate with them, if you communicate with them at all. But with the Five of Cups there's an element of a lot of sadness. And I really feel like that's on both sides. So decide if it was number 1, 2, or 3 that you were thinking or feeling. And I'm going to pull those romance angel cards. So if you were drawn to card number 1, this here could indicate that you guys are going to spend some time together in November, especially with the Chariot there. Perhaps you guys are going to decide to go spend Thanksgiving with your family or their family, even though you guys are apart. Maybe it's out of state, or maybe that's just, you know, what it's been, or maybe you guys are going to decide to take a holiday together in the month of November to try to work out your relationship, okay? Now, not all of you are spending Thanksgiving and traveling or anything like that, but this here, if you guys decide to hang out, this means you guys are going to have a really good time, and maybe that's all you need to reconnect. But if you were drawn to this card, very strong element of reconnection in November, whether you're spending the holiday together, whether you're traveling, or you guys are just hanging out together in the month of November, just spending time together, and it just feels really nice. Maybe that's what you're working towards, is just spending time together and seeing how it goes, and by the end with this Chariot, the victory, you know, all is restored. Now card number 2 is give your relationship a chance. So if your ex is really trying to reconcile with you, you should give that a fair opportunity and let the past go and give them a real chance. I feel like many of you Capricorns, there's the ones I'm reading for, there's an element of where, yeah, you're broken up, but on some level, many of you are still trying to work things out. And this, if you were drawn to this card, this is saying even when things look incredibly grim, there is still a chance that you guys can pull through and make the relationship work. So no matter what's going on right now, if you guys are just not seeing eye to eye and you can't agree on anything and you're broken up and still fighting as much as you ever were before, you know, maybe take a new approach and come at this differently. Or if you've been really standoffish, not expressing yourself, tell exactly how you feel. That's what will allow this relationship to have a real chance, okay? And then lastly, we have codependency. So for some of you, the issue between you and your partner and why you broke up is this right here, this energy. One of you could have an addiction of some kind. One of you could have been extremely controlling or jealous, very insecure. And that's the energy that separates you. So if that's you, if you had an addiction or you're really controlling or jealous or insecure, then that's where you need to focus, not so much on the repair of the relationship, but your working on yourself to overcome these things. Or this could indicate that stuff is true about your partner, your ex-partner, and that's still very present in the month of November, and that might be what all this sadness is about for you, okay? And with guidance here, maybe if there is addiction, maybe you're going to help them through it, through like recovery or rehab, or if you have the addiction, they're going to help you through recovery or rehab. Or maybe you guys decide to start counseling in the month of November to try to repair the relationship and bring it back together, okay? So that was a really interesting reading for you guys, Capricorn. I don't know. I just think that most of you are still in love with your ex, and I think they have a lot of feelings for you, and nobody's really expressing their true emotion inside. They're afraid to be vulnerable. So I'm just going to pull 3 more cards, 3 gypsy cards, just to add a little bit to the reading. Yeah, Messenger, Change, and Fortune. So some of you, this is definitely about you're going through a divorce and you're worried about your fortune. You guys are fighting about your assets and everything like that. But this here means if you guys have been just at each other's throats, in November there's a change in that energy, okay? There, you guys come to an agreement. But for all of you, there's definitely a high potential that you're going to get a message from the ex, or you're going to send it to your ex. But I think for the majority of the Capricorns I'm reading for, you guys are still in communication with your ex on some level. And if you haven't been in November, you will be. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope I covered everything that came through, and I hope that that helped some of you out there. Have a very beautiful and blessed month. Take care.